You know when you're a fully fledged golf perv slash second-hand club junkie, when you could potentially be more excited about this than that. Look, Mary, it's already starting to look like our old house already. This, I thought was absolutely, this almost cost the same amount of the whole lot that I bought. Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's Simon down here at the new house. House tour, golf club find of the century. Absolute gold mine, which I'm very excited to show you, but obviously I'm more excited about this. If you watched last video, you know that I moved in. If you haven't seen any of my videos recently, it's because I've been moving in. Well, we haven't moved in, obviously a lot of work has gone into getting to this point, and I'm exceptionally excited. So if you don't want to see the house, then I completely agree, it's probably boring for a lot of you, but obviously a massive accomplishment for myself. I went self-employed basically at the start of the first lockdown. It's been a very interesting grind to get to this point, but I've enjoyed every moment. And now that my kids, my son actually has his own room now and we're out the flat, is it's just exceptionally exciting for me and Mary to get to this point, as well as have a garden, as the kids, well, they like grass, don't they? So I'm going to do a quick house tour, show you the house, and then I'm going to show you these bad boys behind me. £125 for just an outrageous amount of ping golf clubs. But it's going to be a lot of work to clean them up, list them all individually, sell them, but we'll get into that in a minute. Look, Mary, it's already starting to look like our old house already. Garage is currently full at the moment, and potentially we'll be looking at our new venue for the golf simulation studio for 2022. So got things in the works at the moment. Golf clubs obviously aren't going to live at the house, but we do have space. I mean, obviously we've got the shed outside, which is quite useful. Garage next door, which I'll show you, is just full of absolute rubbish at the moment. We haven't moved in because obviously we're getting plastering all done at the walls, and we're also getting carpet fitted at the end of this week. So at the moment, no one's moved in, and it's basically just been my office, just laptop, hotspotting off the phone. As you can see, I didn't even show you half the amount of clubs. Like, it's ridiculous. £125. I'll show you the listing quickly, just here on the left hand side, and as I say, £125 for absolutely just everything. Anyway, back onto the more boring stuff. It's quite interesting. My granddad, I just realised my granddad always used to make home movies, and I've been watching them over the last couple of years. Obviously he passed away when I was a lot younger, so I didn't really actually get to know the man. I passed away when I was probably 6, but it's just interesting that now I'm currently just doing exactly the same for my kids. Obviously I hope I will be around for a lot longer. Utility room, as I say, Mary will be pleased to know that I don't have to wash clubs in that anymore. We can now wash clubs in this one. Obviously that leads back out into the garden. I'm not sure if this is, oh, it is open. Yes, our old flat. Interestingly enough, our whole life can fit in our garage now, so we now have a ton more space for everything in our lives. As you can see, the carpet's been lumped in the middle of the hallway. I do need to move that for tomorrow. So we've got stairs and everything now. There's so much room for activities. First bedroom, this is going to be Blake's room, which would be very nice for her because obviously it would give her a load more space. Basically, the last place could just fit a cot and her changing mat, and that's basically about it. So as she gets bigger, well, she's getting bigger very fast at the moment, obviously she's got room to grow into. Axel, bless him, this is going to be his room. I will be painting this after the ceilings have been done. He won't know what hit him because at the moment he's currently sleeping half the night in the kitchen next to the cooker, so he'll be thinking, why have I got no kitchen appliances next to me? Bathroom, as I say, you don't really need to see any of this, but this is more for my own pleasure. The fact that we finally got here, and I have to thank you guys, I'm not going to lie, the money that I do make from YouTube has definitely helped us over the last year, 2 years, to actually get to this point. So I do have to give you guys a massive thank you as your support. You're just generally watching the videos, liking it, subscribing it. Actually, we wouldn't have been able to get the mortgage without those kind of payments. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're self-employed, you know my pain when it comes to trying to get a mortgage on a self-employed basis, especially if you've only been fully self-employed for the last, I don't know, year or so. But yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, but it's been definitely worth it. Now we're here, I couldn't be more excited. This is obviously mine and Mary's bedroom. TV won't be sitting there, but it's the only safest place I could think to put it until I get some more space. I'll probably just take it to Mum and Dad's, as that's where we're living at the moment. But anyway, guys, that's essentially where we are with the house. I couldn't be more excited. Again, downstairs bathroom here. you don't need to see that. But yeah, as I say, couldn't be more excited about obviously moving in. It's gonna be great for the kids, obviously growing up here for the near future, and just general room for us to obviously grow into. Okay, I've sorted everything out so we get a rough idea of what we've got. As you can see, we've got a lot of clubs for £125. Now, to the normal person that couldn't be bothered to clean all of these, list these all individually, and obviously I'll show you why this is potentially an absolutely unbelievable find, is because these are going to be spares for a lot of people that have got these sets and have missed their 7-iron or 8-iron or not. I think these are majority 7-irons, to be fair. There are some 4s and 6s and whatever. But if you've got a set of G20s and you've lost your 7-iron and you need a replacement, there's only one place you can go, and that's eBay. Mind you, that Ping's actually pretty good, to be fair. You might actually be able to just buy one from Ping. But if you bought, I know from first hand, if you went to go and buy a Ping G20 off Ping, it's going to be £80–90, almost as much as a brand new one, because obviously they've got to build it to the spec. They're not going to just have these on stock on shelf. They'll have the heads, they'll have the shafts, and they'll build it spec. So time, labour, that, it's not worth their time to even give it to you any less. So let's go through what we've got. I mean, I've got some heads, I've got some driver heads here as well. Got this Lynx Boom, is it Boom? No, Black Cat. Sadly missing this. I've looked everywhere for the weight. There's actually a weight that flips around in the bottom there. No idea, because it's actually got the hosel as well, so I just need to reshaft it. But without that, I mean, it's not an expensive driver anyway, so missing that at the bottom as well, it's kind of, I wouldn't say worthless, but I'll put a cheap shaft in it. This I thought was this almost cost the same amount of the whole lot that I bought, but this is actually a demo 9.5 degree head. This is before these were actually adjustable, I think. So they actually had adjustable driver heads before their time for demo kit, so you didn't have to have loads of different drivers, which is what they would have used to have. But this is actually a demo driver, and I couldn't honestly tell you what the difference is. Obviously everything's adjustable now, but back in the day they obviously glued them into spec. And it's actually in really good condition. I don't think I have a demo shaft, so it's a bit bitty, hence why I obviously got this at such a good deal. This has actually been posted many times on Facebook, I've seen over the weeks, and I thought the reason they hadn't gone is because they were just all adjustable heads. As you can see, I've got a bag full of I-20 heads, Rapture heads, Ping I-Series wedges, as you can see there. We've got tons of them. And the whole point, the reason, by the way, this isn't in the Build a Bag series, like the £10 flipping challenge, because it could have been, but obviously the challenge is I just put it on auction for 3 days, and we just see what it gets for, so it keeps the challenge moving. I'm not gonna sell these, or these. This is gonna be in the studio once I've got it set up. This is essentially gonna be on the wall, so someone can come in, and they go, Simon, I really want a forgiving head, I want a forgiving iron, and I go, Ping G30 is a great shout at the moment. You could probably get a full set of these for 180, 200, 220, depending on the time of year. I've got some graphite shafts here you can try. I've got different lengths. I've obviously got different lie angles. This is like green dot, or I could go, actually maybe don't go down that route. Maybe we go a bit smaller. We go the I series, and again, we try different shafts and different lengths, and you come and get fitted. And I won't more than likely have any of this in stock. I mean, the chances I fit you into something second hand, and I also have, come on focus, I also have this in stock, is extremely low. But then I can give you the sheet and you can go away on eBay, or potentially I can go away on eBay, find it for you, and then you go and pick it up. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to cost slightly more, obviously my time, but otherwise you're essentially just going to go and buy a second-hand set, not from me, somewhere else. Or if I find one, then obviously it's going to be slightly more expensive because I did the legwork to find it for you, but it's not going to cost you £1,000 for a brand new set of irons, and hopefully it's going to work just as well, or let's say 88% as well as a brand new set, but at 1/10 of what they would cost brand new. All these ones along the wall here, I mean, these are all fixed. This is the amazing thing, like most of these on the floor aren't, these are just genuine clubs. Now they're still demo clubs because they've still got lie angle and I think degree, a number on the bottom of them, but these are regular conforming shafts. The shafts go into the head, they're the right length, they're glued in, so you could use this in competitive play, which is the important bit. As you can see, loads of Ping old school, these are actually graphite, Ping G-series ladies. I think they're, oh, G2, that's it. The G2, so very old and not in the greatest condition. But I do believe I've got a set of them here. So I've got a set of them there. And again, I've got some old school Ping i3 series, still with the cobwebs on them, as you can see there. So that's a lovely little bit of detail and touch added on. So it's a bit of work. Obviously, I couldn't put this all on auction. Well, I could, but it's just not going to get anywhere near the value that it's currently worth. So this will be a job lot for myself. Obviously, I'm going to list these all individually. I imagine they'll probably go for, I imagine if I put them on eBay at like £34.99, postage is £6, fees or whatever, I'm probably making about £20 a club when everything's taken out of it. But obviously you can see there's a lot of clubs here. Obviously the newer ones, potentially more, the older ones are going to go for less. But you can see, again, we've got tons of them. And I was so excited. I had to travel a fair way to go and get them. This was basically in the middle of London to go and get these clubs. But as you can see here, a lot of clubs in actually really good condition. You see yellow dot, green dot. Okay, the shafts have been pitted in slightly a few places, which lets it down, but again, for the age, what do you expect? These are all graphite shafts, as you can see here. Not too many bag wear marks, because these are all demos. Actually, the graphite shafts, which is uncommon, by the way, are actually in better condition than the steel ones, because these have basically been left to rot in a pro shop or a fitting centre somewhere in England. Not too sure where. I presume London. And then a couple of left-handed clubs at the bottom there as well. Anyway guys, there's my outrageous find, as well as new house. As I said, thank you ever so much for watching the channel, supporting as always. Hopefully we're going to find a few more weird and wonderful finds like this. And this is a small start to where the studio is going to be. Now obviously we've got the house sorted. I can now focus my attention on obviously building the second-hand studio and all the club fitting gear just like that. So I can club fit people into clubs that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, and hopefully give them just the same amount of performance as the newer stuff that's coming out. We'll definitely make some interesting videos. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys there.
Morning Tom, hope you're doing well. Good afternoon mate, well done on the lesson. And evening Alan, not a problem at all. And testing the G30s. Afternoon gents, on my way to the lockup. Go pick up the Mura iron.